Is this thing on? It gotta be. What? I think I got this figured out. I don't know. But I am not a public speaker. I don't like to talk. You know, silence is the I'm a non-talkative individual. I don't like talking much. But I like YouTube. I like what it is, what it could be. Like having your own little television station that you could broadcast whatever you want. It could be brainless. It could be informative, thoughtful. But that is the world we live in. You can do whatever you want. That's new. That's some new technology. I'm 50 years old in August. I might be your daddy, but I am 50. 50-year-old black man, born and raised in the city of Detroit, Michigan. And I'm a unique individual. I must say so myself. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. But I still gotta stay in my envelope. But it's a big fucking envelope. Sometimes I feel trapped inside that envelope alone with my thoughts. So I figured that I would use this to keep my mind prepared for thought. For those of you who might feel compelled to listen, um, I have a lot of things on my mind. I like to be retrospective. I like to be introspective. You know, I have perspective on a very many things, many different topics, but I don't like to be on bullshit. You know, I don't like to waste my breath with bullshit. Too old for that. But you know, again, as a 50-year-old black man from Detroit, you know, I think I have a history that has provided a unique perspective of the world in whole and America in general and black people more specifically. I don't even know where to begin. So much shit to talk about. But that thumbnail I used AI to make it, I made it just on some humble shit. Like, yo, what's this? Here we go. It's that. That was the first thing that came to mind. So let's start with that video. Now I put in the description that the 14th Amendment was attacked, and it that idea came to me as a result of watching a bunch of videos. Again, like I said, I like YouTube. You know, when I was coming up as a young a kid, shit, long time, long period of my life, you really just had regular fucking TV channels that spit out bullshit, propaganda. Some of it was fine, but it was what they wanted you to know. And you had no control over that. You had to just either ingest it and it make you sick, or you ingested and it fueled you to contribute to society the way they wanted you to. But it was all mapped out and fed to you like a fucking animal in a, where they feed you fucking fowls before they kill them. They want to fatten you up with their shit, their information. For a long time, that's all you had. You used to have it in television, radio, or print. It was all the same shit, all the same information, all the same perspective. But it had started changing. I was born in 1976. This is 2026, so yeah, 50 years. I was born, it was a bicentennial, 200-year birthday of America. Now it's the 250th birthday of America. And I guess that's supposed to mean something to me, but it doesn't. It means absolutely nothing. 'Cause it's it. Fuck all that. You feel me? Well, what other choice do I have? What nation can I feel proud about? I have no other one. My ancestors didn't pack up and decide to leave a place to come here. They didn't decide to leave a place where the people there looked like them, thought like them, raised and behaved like them. The bottom, from the lowest homeless person in that nation to the leader of it. They all look alike. And every immigrant that's packed up and came here pretty much has had that. Maybe not the we'll get to that later. But other than that, every other one has their own nation. You might not like it there. It's there. The history's there. Relatives are there. Their ancestors are buried there. Their values come from there. They took that shit in a suitcase and they underwear, right? We didn't have that. We're here. We're here. Here we are. Like it or love it or hate it. You know, those are the options. You like it or you love it, or you love it or you hate it. You gotta deal with it when you're here, right? So why? What if you wanted to leave? Where would you go? Can you go anywhere else? Would you want to go anywhere else? You know, 250 years, that's a long time for a nation base. Well, actually, it's actually no, because that's a relatively short time. And that's what's so mind boggling. That short period of time, how does a place like this accumulate that much power globally? Right? Right. Would they have been able to do that without us? Of course not. Do they act like they would have been able to do that without us? Of course not. And what are you supposed to do if your color is the same as mine? Grin and bear it, motherfucker. Or go back to Africa. But I was never in Africa. I'm not from Africa. I don't know a goddamn thing about Africa. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Right? My mother's from Detroit, Michigan. My father's from Detroit, Michigan. My uncle, my aunties, my cousins. We're all from, I got a huge fucking family from Detroit. Nothing in Africa. But now I do have a cousin that's over there. She's swarming for that. But she's from Detroit, Michigan. I don't know shit about Africa. I'm here, right? In America. and I'm an American. But somehow, some way, you ever think about that? Do you ever think about that? Black man, black woman. When I say, let's do a little, play a game with you. When I say the word man, what comes into your mind? You know, man, maybe someone you know. See the word man, you think what? Right? So I say the word woman, what comes into your mind? Most people is probably their mother. Everybody has a mother, most important woman in the world to them, as it should be. When you say woman, you think of your mother, whatever color she may be. You say Asian man, what comes to mind? Somebody like that might be racist. I'm petty. Say white man comes to mind. Black man, what comes to mind? Now, when I say the word nigger, what comes to mind? Is it the same image that you had when I said Asian man? Is it the same image that I said that when I said white man? What? Only one image comes to your mind if you hear the word nigger. That's fucked up. You know, I want to be the image that pops into your head when you say the word man. Only all that matters. Then. That's all that's right. Listen, when I say the word nigger, it is not something to be proud about. That I'm what pops up in your head, especially if I'm not what pops up in your head when the word man is said. That's very upsetting. Makes me want to pull my gun out and shoot somebody, probably. I'm joking. But you can see how frustrating it can be. You know, maybe that got something to do with the thing that we do. We angry that the world doesn't see us as men. You know, we are. So that's all that should matter to me. I don't care about the word nigger because I don't want it to represent me and I don't want to represent it. You can't build a nation with nigger. You only do it with the men. If the world doesn't see black men as men, or if they could replace the vision of man when they look at us with the word nigger, you know, it's a it fucks with your negotiating power. You know, your respect is diminished. I don't mean anything other than a man. You look at me as anything other than a man. If there's anything out there that's other than a man that's associated with my type, I have to fight against that. And that's what I'm willing to do. That's what you got to do if you don't want to be that. You know, I understand the word. Now I got nigga in me. I could be a nigga. Well, I've had this mask for a long time. 30 years. And I didn't wear it for YouTube videos. I saw cell phones came out in 2007. I was already 30. I bought this mask. I was probably 25. And he played. What do you think? I bought it. Nigga shit, right? But you can't be the same motherfucker, right? So here I am, with this past on another mission, a different type of mission to help now in the farm. Peak 180, right? All right, let me get back to you. I got on there. I wrote on there like the first people remember was a trap because I was watching this video. I was watching this video, and and it led me to a line of thought. It led me to a line of thought. Let me see. I'll go back to that. Get back to that. What's up? You feel good? Ooh, you're my view. Even for black that. So I was watching this. I wonder if I played it, would you hear it? I wonder if I played it, would you hear it? Let me make sure.
Someone's way, you always hear the same thing. I'm leaving the US. Most of this is just hot air. But for the people who the part most
Not
don't
loud.
realize is this. Even if you live under another country's laws, you're still bound by certain US federal laws. Whenever a big law passes, a major Supreme Court decision drops, or a presidential election doesn't go someone's way, you always hear the same thing. I'm leaving the US. Most of this is just hot air. But for the people who do move abroad, the part most don't realize is this. Even if you live under another country's laws, you're still bound by certain US federal laws for as long as you remain a US citizen. There's only one way to fully step outside the US legal system, and that's to give up your citizenship entirely. But how do you actually do it? What does the government require, and what happens if you don't have citizenship in any country? Today, we're breaking down the exact renunciation process, the paperwork, the interviews, and then the day-to-day reality of someone who becomes stateless. Some
So some shit that made me think. Made me think. What's that? Okay. Here we go. Here we go. It's still in. It's still in effect. Maybe. No. Let's go. But I was watching that video, right? It said you cannot renounce your citizenship while you're inside the United States. You have to do that at a U.S. consulate outside the United States. And that's part of where the trap comes into the 14th Amendment. Because how do we get here? How do we get in the United States? You know? But in this motherfucker. And now it says you cannot get out. You can't get out. You are an American. That's what the 14th Amendment says. You're an American. You cannot get out. Now, I was looking up, you know, like AI went down the rabbit hole on what the fuck does that even mean? You know, has that has anybody ever challenged that in the courts? Because that's the game they play. You want to get out, you got to do it legally. You got to play the courts. That's how the lines on maps. Courts make that shit real through treaties and conquest and surrender and war, purchasing, shit like Louisiana Purchase. It's all paperwork. When the paperwork gets that stamped and filed, now you can draw a new line. That's what that voting shit is. It's all court plays, and they playing it. If you want to play it, you got to do it that way. Make it like that's what Thurgood Marshall did. He made them. He played it in the court, made them make statements, then use that shit against them. Made them stand on a mountain with a foundation of bullshit. And the mountain that the 14th Amendment on is foundation is criminal, right? Because I asked if anybody ever challenged that. And AI took me to Puerto Rico. And there was a case of called Lozon or Colon or some case where the guy in Puerto Rico, from Puerto Rico, and when America took it over and said, now this is American territory, for whatever reason or another, I don't know, I didn't ask that. But for whatever reason, he took it to court and said, I don't want to be American, but I still want to stay in my house in Puerto Rico because I was here. And the court made a decision that, you know, he couldn't do it. He couldn't. He was trapped. You cannot renounce your nationality in the nation that you're in. And Puerto Rico's a little different. They took it over. I don't know the history, but it was some type of a conquest where legally they could say, now this is American territory. So whoever they took it from or lost it from, you know, lost. You lose, you lose. You lose, you lose. So of course, like, hey, what the fuck you want us to do? You know, we here now, and now you're ours. You can't go anywhere else. You're trapped. The same thing with the 14th Amendment. It was something like why wasn't that challenged? And it took me somewhere. It took me somewhere. It took me somewhere. It took me somewhere. Let's go here. Let's go here. Hey, pull out, kitty. Move the situation to your kid. Hold on. There you go. Hmm. Hello? Okay. I hope you can hear me. But that was if you could read along, I took you down the rabbit hole with me. And that kind of explains what I'm thinking when it comes to the trap of the 14th Amendment. And if politicians and lawyers and your fucking leaders and whoever you look up to ain't talking about fixing that shit, then they are on the wrong fucking road. So we need to get on the right goddamn path, folks, and get our shit together, right? Right? We gonna be all right. All right. So I was talking, but I guess the shit wasn't coming through. So, cat, get your ass out the- Eat it, kitty. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. All right. But read along with the shit I put up on the screen and come to your own conclusions about fuck talk about. I'll be back. Hey, move.